In this session, I'm going to show you how to add a new page and build a page from scratch using the Avia Layout Builder. So once you've logged into your back end of your website, then over here on the left-hand side, you can click on Pages, and that shows a whole list of your pages, or you can just simply click Add New. Click Add New here, or you can click Add New here. Either one that works for you. So once you click to add a new page, then once you get in here, you want to definitely give your page a title. And most of the time, that title is probably going to show up on your site already. And if it doesn't, it's just going to be for your reference. So let's just say we're going to type in here New Year information. Hopefully you type better than I do. And here is where you have a choice. So this is where your content's going to go. And if you just have some basic text that you want to add, or maybe some text and photos, it's okay to not use your layout builder. It's whatever you want to do. So if you just have some text, you can type in some text. And then you would be able to go in and add some images if you wanted to. You can also edit your text here. You can click bold, italicize. You can, center your text, write a line. Those are the different elements that you get there. You can add a horizontal line, below it or above it, or you can do what I just did and erase your text. So those are some of the things you can do. And if you need to remove that line, just click on it and delete it. But let's say that you did want to just use the basic editor here. So you've got your text. This is some text. All right. And you want to add an image below that. So you can just click Enter on your keyboard and then click Add Media. And this is where you're going to get to choose whether you want to use an existing image from your media gallery. Let's say you did. Let's say you're going to advertise your free seminar. So click on your free seminar image. It's going to give you some options over here on the right hand side. You can add a caption if you want to. And I'm talking like Yoda, caption this is. And you can decide if you want to align it right or left or center. It's depending on what you want to do with it. You can have it link off to a media file, which is like a larger version of that image, or an attachment page, or a URL. So if you wanted to link to a certain place about a URL, you can do that. And so whatever you pick, I'm going to click it that I don't want it to open to anything. Then you can also choose what size that you want this image to display. So the full size image is 300 by 286, or you can do a smaller image. I'm going to just pick square and show you what that looks like. So you can choose your image settings over here and click Insert into Page. And then it'll populate. So it's way over here because I decided to align it right. Let's say I'm like, I don't like that over there on the right hand side. You can click on this image and then it gives you some settings here. So you can try to center it and you're like, no, I still don't like it. Left. Okay, I like it there. And then you can click off of it and that's where it's going to put it. So then at that point, if you click, you can either save it as a draft, or you can click publish, whichever one you want to do. Now, if you click publish, if it automatically adds it to your navigation bar, then that might be why you would want to save it as a draft first. But let's just see what happened. So I clicked, I published it, and then I'm going to click preview changes to see what it looks like on the actual website. And it's always important that you look about what's going on your website. Just don't assume that it looks good. You definitely have to you want to check it and make sure. So there it is. That's exactly what I told it to do. This is some text and it's the free seminar with a caption below it. So that is what I was looking for. So I'm going to close this little thing out and it's going to take me back to the back end of my website. And a neat thing you can do here, you should be able to go in here and if let's just say you wanted to send somebody to your website through an ad like in the newspaper or on online or like in a radio ad or something like that, you can click to edit the permalink. So you can come in here and you can say if you wanted a short URL like 2016, you could type in what you want there and click OK. And the system checks to make sure, well, I'll see there's already one on there and already a page called 2016 in the system. So it added a -2. But if you want to create a custom page name, you can do that there. And when you update it, it will update that. Um, you may see some settings down here under Yoast SEO or maybe Infinite SEO, depending on which one we were using at the time. That is something you probably don't want to adjust because we have it set up a certain way in the system to help you rank well in the search engine. So you can just disregard the information for the Yoast SEO down here. So that is how you go in to create a new page, and if you're wanting to use basic information. Now, let's say you think, I want to make this page look a whole lot fancier than this. So you can click to use the advanced layout editor, and then it's going to give you the opportunity to build your page. And I'm just going to go ahead and delete this because I'm going to start from scratch. So what this is going to let you do is set up your page with columns to organize it, to make it look pretty. So let's just say you think, I might do 2 columns, or you might do 3. One of the most common ways to do something is just click 1 out of 2. So what that's going to do, it's going to create 1 column of 2. So it's kind of like half the page. And you can either start building this section now, or you can go ahead and duplicate it. This little icon here is to clone it, and it'll pop one right out here to the side. So now you have your 2 columns. So let's just say I think I'm going to put some photos over in this box and some text over here. So what you want to do is take and click your Media Elements tab to insert some pictures. So I'm going to add let's see, I think I'll add an easy slider. So there's a couple of different ways. You can click it and drag it, and you can just pop it in there. But let's just say you accidentally just click it and don't drag it. And you're like, oops, it's all the way down here. Now what am I going to do? It's really simple. You just click on the dark gray box and hold that mouse button and drag it up into the box. There you go. But I only need 1, so I'm going to click this little X, and that's going to take it away. So I'm going to click to edit my easy slider. And the easy slider is pretty much just an image slideshow. So I'm going to come up here and pick the pictures that I want to use. Let's see, what do I want to use here? Let's do, how about this one and this one? And I'm holding my control key down on my keyboard to choose more than 1 image. So I'm going to pick those 3 images to go into my image slider. I'm going to click Insert Images. So now those 3 pictures are going to be what we use. Now this is going to be a very large slideshow size. It's going to be 1500 pixels wide, which is probably going to be as wide as the screen. So I don't want mine quite that big. So I'm going to take it down to maybe either medium or portfolio. Let's just take it to portfolio and see what happens. And then you can change the slide transition. So I think I'm going to just have it slide in sideways. And then I want it to auto rotate. So I'm going to tell it yes to auto rotate. And then I'm going to, I think 5 seconds should do it. So let's say in 5 seconds, every 5 seconds it will change. And then I'm going to click Save here at the bottom. All right, so now I have my easy slider inserted into that column. And at this point, if I want to, I can go ahead and click Update. And then I'm going to be able to preview my changes and see what my easy slider gallery looks like. All right, so look, and what it's doing there, it's hard cropping the images. And if you have trouble with that, you can contact us at ProNets and we can help you with that. But this one's set to hard crop the images, so if they're not a specific size, then they're going to crop it down. But there you can see the easy slider, and you can even click, it's giving you the option to click through so that my little easy slider is working. But let's say I think that's not big enough. So I can go back over here. Well, actually, I'll just close this out. I can go back over here to edit my easy slider. And then instead of the portfolio size, I think I might pick, let's see if the masonry size. Let's just see what happens. And click Save. Click Update. And it'll go, all right, and preview changes. Let's see if it made it bigger. It did make it somewhat bigger. There you go. So you're changing your size on that. So that's how you update the settings on those. Now, over here on this side, you want some text. And let's say you don't want it to be just plain old text. You want it to be, first of all, you want a header. And you're going to come over here and you can click and drag that special heading. And you can either leave it saying hello, which that may not be what you want to say. So if you want to edit that text, just click in here. And you can put in here, welcome to my page. And you can decide what heading size you want it to be. So there's different settings. I'm going to leave it at H3, which is a heading 3. And you can either leave it as a default style, or you can say centered or left or centered italic. And if you wanted to give it a different size, you can try a different size. And the padding at the bottom, that's how much space it's going to have after the text. So click on Save. And then after that, I'm going to add a text box to put like my paragraph text in there. So then I'm going to click on that to edit it. Click here to add your own text. This is my own text. And you can even create hyperlinks in there if you want to highlight the text. You may just highlight one word. You might decide to highlight the whole sentence. And then click on your little insert link. And you can either type in a URL here, and if you lead off to another website, we always recommend that you click open in a new tab, so they don't lead them away from your website. So you can link off to Google, or you can come down here and search to link to a different page. So if you come down here and you say, I want to click and link to this, or you can search. So if you want to link to contact, see what kind of contact. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on a minute. If you need to edit what you've done, you can click on just anywhere on that text and click your edit icon. So you might want to link to the FAQ page or whatever, and that would be fine. And then click on update. All right, and then you can close this out if it's in your way, and then save it, and then update it. Always save and update. If you don't click that blue update button on the right hand side, it's not going to do anything visible on your website. And then click on preview changes. There you go. Now you have your heading, this, and then you even have, well, my link didn't stay for some reason. Let's go back and see what's the matter with my link. Oh, I clicked, no wonder. Did you say I clicked that little X, that removed the link. Instead of, that didn't make the box go away, that removed the link. My bad. All right. Even the teacher makes mistakes sometimes. So let's make the link and then click add link and save and update. And preview changes. And then you click in there. And ta-da, it's working. So there you go. All right. So that is pretty much how to create a new page. And then you just use these layout elements to build. So let's say below that you wanted to add 3 sections. So what you can do is you can have one of 3, or you can keep adding. You can clone that. And then you can have 3 columns if you wanted to. And if you don't want one, you can click an X to take it out. So it's pretty easy on how to go in there and build your own page. And honestly, it just takes a lot of saving, and updating and previewing your changes to get your page exactly the way you want it to be. So you just have to keep playing with it. But if you get to a point where you get stuck, just be sure to call us because we're here to help.